Hello, I'm Guru, and today we are doing Crossing of the Ford. Now, this is a level that has given me a lot of trouble. Honestly, the first time I beat it, it was felt like almost a fluke because there's just tons of enemies and there's not really that many of you. Like, it looks kind of even, but in an outright slugfest, you'll always lose, and especially since I have the Witch King, I don't, and no other hero. I don't have very good leadership. Whereas they have two standard bearers. This guy, who's a one-time appearance, Theodred, son of Theoden, and also Eomer. So you're very much out leadered, and you're also outmanned. So you can only cross this narrow pass. And to win, you need to kill multiple heroes and also take these forts. And you can't win with pure, fighting. In fact, the only real advantage you have is that your Uruk-Hai have one more range and like one more HP than the Rohan soldiers. So it so what I have found is the only way to succeed pretty much is to take out the leaders up close and from afar, and then to try to get using the double move, trying to get one of these uh, warg riders up through this middle pass, and then to come here and capture the two forts. It's tricky, and it's another level where you have to hope that the AI will not be very smart, because there's just no way to beat the AI in terms of just pure soldier to soldier. So you have to go for the leadership. So I'm just going to start, take a chunk out of that standard bear, move the Witch King over here, then also move this Uruk-Hai over here, because right now I'm really trying to take out this standard bear and Theodred, since they're not too tough and they're, half of the leadership. Theodred also has an annoying ability that lets him heal his whole team, so it's very important to get him out of the way. It's very important to keep Uruk-Hai up here to do some shooting damage. So I have these guys I can use. So I'll move this one over and try to take a chunk out of that guy. And I'll end the turn. And I really don't know if, I'll actually win this current battle. Because so far it's been a toss-up. Like, I've lost this a lot, trying to get to a point where I can record myself beating it. So there's definitely an element of chance. But first, like I said, my main goal for a while will be taking out the leadership, these two, and then eventually this guy and Eomer. And also keeping the Witch King alive. Because if I can successfully take out the leadership while keeping the Witch King alive, then, I'll have the leadership advantage, whereas right now they do. So, this guy is pretty low on health, so I'm going to bring this Warg Rider in and try to finish him off. Not quite. I want to get to Eomer or Theodred as soon as possible, since he has a tendency to kind of retreat, which is smart since he's a leader. But the AI, isn't generally smart. So I don't know how. So I don't know. Well, he only tends to retreat about to here. But the farther back he is, the more I have to try to take him out from afar, which, isn't as much damage. So trying to take out that flag bearer and Theodred as soon as possible. Also because, he's a leader, he can heal himself, and that gets me points. Unfortunately, I will get chewed up pretty quickly in melee. And yep, that's what I'm talking about. He has that tendency to run, which is too bad. I can't. These two guys are up close, but it would be very hard to. It would take. By the time they could even get into position, they would probably get killed. So I'll need to rely on my long-range archery. Luckily, Uruk-Hai are actually very good archers, since they don't have any special abilities for it, but they have a good amount of damage and range, so they're pretty reliably decent archers. And I'll bring this Uruk-Hai Berserker over, let him do some damage before, he ultimately dies. And taking out like these grunts is the lowest priority because there's so many of them. I'm not going to be able to take them out all anyway. So really, I'm mainly going to be trying to take out grunts if like they're in the way for taking out something more important, or if like they're the only ones I can attack. And as you can see, my front guys are getting chewed up. Come on, need one more point of damage. I don't think the ward can reach. Oh, he can't. Come on, one. Ah, dang it. Okay, I need another one more point of damage. I don't think the warg can reach. Nope. Dang, that's a shame. So close. It would very much suck if he were to heal himself. Come on, don't heal yourself. Come on, don't retreat. Don't heal yourself. Take it like a man, Theodred. Come on. Take it like a Rohirrim. I can't say take it like a man, since, look at Eowyn. There we are. That 5 damage would have been helpful a lot sooner. And now I'm at the inevitable part where, I have riders on my flank and the Witch King's in danger. I don't want the Witch King. I want to avoid as much damage from being done to the Witch King as possible, since I have no way to heal him other than one thing of troll meat. If I could hypothetically get some more troll meat by killing another enemy, but I want to keep him from taking too much damage, because the longer he's alive, the more I can get leadership from him, and I need every ounce of leadership I can get. This is really one of those levels where Saruman is really great and the Witch King is bad. This is probably one of his worst levels, since I can't bring in any other side heroes, so there's no one to offset his badness. Well, his situational badness. This is a situation where he's bad. Yep, right now I'm just really trying to take out those riders, since like I said, I need to keep the Witch King alive. If he was a stay-at-home dad, I reckon he would be called the Sandwich King. Okay, that is my joke of the video. That's probably the last one I need. I might as well start doing some chip damage at the leaders, because if I don't if I can't snipe them out from afar soon enough, my Uruk-Hai on the right flank will be worn down and, killed. So I do want to do as much chip damage from afar to the enemy leadership as soon as I can. Okay, this is an example of the Witch King being good. He happened to get a full 3 leadership points and onslaught. So this is an example of the Witch King not being terrible. Onslaught right here is kind of unhelpful, because I'd probably do more damage if I went in for melee, but then I would lose the onslaught since I'd be leaving this flank. Because that yellow star is onslaught, which means as long as I'm in the flank, these units get extra damage and also extra movement, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I'll just continue on the chip damage. Of course, he just fled, so that might actually be an issue. Yeah, if the AI was smarter, they would just, hide their leaders away from me, and I'd be much more limited in options. But they usually only, really retreat out of range if they get scared. So it's kind of one of those rare instances where you don't want them to be scared. This Warg Rider I also do want to keep alive, FYI, because I only have 2 Warg Riders and I need either one of them to come through and eventually take these forts so I can actually win. So I can't currently reach these fellas, but if I move this Warg Rider in and take out this guy, I can go a little bit closer and snipe him. Come on. There we go. There we go. Luckily, no one else will think to just pick up that flag, so we are good. So now I can get back to doing damage. It's always a shame when you get a lot of damage on a hit when you only needed 1 point of damage, like what just happened there. I'm not actually sure if this guy would be able to move in and attack me here. If I was sure, I'd use invulnerability, just because I'm not really using the spirit points for anything else, but I'm not sure. So now the name of the game is taking out Eomer, which is a shame because Eomer has 38 hit points, whereas the Witch King only has 32, and the Witch King's the bulkiest, of the evil heroes. Then Eomer has even more hit points. So chipping Eomer down, is a very long process. But once he's gone, they won't have any leadership. So it's definitely worth it. It just takes a very long time. So I have all this leadership, or I have all these spirit points, which is this blue bar you can see here, which means all my spirit points are full. Unfortunately, the Witch King is really an in-your-face melee hero, but he doesn't have the spirit points, to actually pull off I can't use the Witch King on a forward charge on this level very well. Even with invulnerability, he would just get chipped down. And his base spirit points are low, so he wouldn't be able to keep up invulnerability for very long. So that's just another example of why he's not a good hero for this level. The only thing he has that's really useful from a distance is Terror, which means that these guys under this purple flame won't be able to move. So they'll still be able to shoot my guys, but the damage will be less. And Eomer will stay in position. So it's something, but again, this is really not a level where the Witch King shines, which has actually been a reason I haven't made this video yet, because it's just been very tricky to actually win this level. So far, I've only won this level like twice on this, like attempting it with this Witch King. So there was one time I got like incredibly close. Like I almost captured this fort. Like I had a ward rider there. There's just like one guy left with like 1 HP, so I barely lost. So pretty much like 3 actual wins out of a lot more attempted. And I got all my spirit points back, so I'm just going to use terror again. I'd like to think I'm not a terrorist, but I am using the terror power, so... I mean, if you're using your spirit points to use the terror move, you're probably a terrorist. As you can see, this guy can just take damage. He's like a serious threat on Grueling. Since like he has tons of mobility, tons of HP, tons of damage, and he has the rage power, or the arms mastery power. For evil it's rage, for good it's like weapons mastery, but it just increases damage, so he's a serious threat. But if I can snipe him from afar, but he just has so much health. Luckily, they don't have any more regenerative options. So far this is looking fairly good, actually. Well, that was a huge amount of damage that guy just did. That guy just dropped like 8 damage, like at range with a bow. Okay, I'm gonna move in this final Uruk-Hai, because this flank is, clutch. And I probably won't be able to fully take out Aramir, like, before losing my Uruk-Hai on this flank, especially now that he's fled. But, if he does come in closer for melee, which I think he will, he will have taken a lot of damage at that point. And you know what? I'm not going to risk it. I need that guy dead. I need every point of HP I can have on my Ward Riders. Luckily, he hasn't taken any damage. Because, like I said, those 2 Ward Riders are essential for actually winning the game, or the level. Because of their double move and their higher HP, they can actually make it to the forts past, a mass of all these grunts. So I gotta keep those suckers alive. The Berserkers are kind of a shame, since like they do so much damage, but you can really only use them one time, since they'll very immediately die. So they're fun, but they're a little tragic. Come on, one day. Ooh. Yeah, especially him being so far away, I don't have very high hopes. But I don't think I'll be able to find a better use for the Berserker. No, actually, there's a chance Eomer or a Horseman will come in closer. So, like, I'd rather save the Berserker for that, because that's actually useful. So, I'll keep that Berserker in the pocket, unless he takes too much damage, in which case I'll have to use him up. Okay, so I don't think that guy will be able to reach my Berserker, even if he tried. I don't know. There is a chance he could just kill him from afar. But I still want to save that Berserker for something greater. And this is kind of a nice demonstration of just how long-ranged Uruk-Hai really are. Like, they're not like, Haradrim or like Ithilien Rangers. so that, or even elf archers, so they're not like the best archers out there, but they're pretty good, which is why they're a very great unit, honestly. They're very multi-purpose. They can wear all kinds of hats. They generally just like those round metal hats. Yeah, if the AI would just wise up and, keep their leaders back here, and then just, ram all their mini grunts through that middle, I wouldn't really be able to do anything. Which makes me wonder, what the thought process was during the design of the game. If they're aware that some levels on the hardest difficulty could only be won through dumb AI, plus clever strategy. If that was kind of intentional, or I don't know. But Eomer is almost there, which is pretty incredible considering just how many hit points he has. But there we go. I'm glad I saved the Berserker because, he can take a chip out of this guy and also just kind of stand in the way, which has value. Like, the Berserker amount of damage isn't, like, all that much more than the Uruk-Hai. The Berserkers have, like, 10 damage, where the Uruk-Hai, I think, have, like, I want to say they have, like, 7 damage. Yeah, so 6 HP, 4 movement, 10 attack, great morale. Then 12 HP, 6 damage. Oh wow, this Berserker is still alive. That's really great opportunity. There we go. But then these riders have so much HP that even 2 attacks from a Berserker, only took it down to like half. And is this the moment? Is this the moment where we do it? Yes! There we go. So now I kind of have a tricky decision of, when to try to move my wargs through. Because even with the lack of leadership, I don't think I have the manpower to, defeat all the units. Yeah, there's tons of them, and most of these guys are practically equivalent to a Uruk-Hai. So at some point I need to start moving my wargs in and like maneuver past them and get these forts. I think it's doable, but it's not a guarantee. Though now they don't have any leaders, so they'll be very much hamstrung. Like, look at that. 3 attacks out of a Berserker. I don't think I've ever had that happen. I don't think I've ever been able to get 3 uses out of a Berserker. So that's pretty awesome. And I think it's time to... Okay, I'm not going to quite move him out yet just because this guy's in the way. So I'll move him out. Okay, he's finally gone, but he will not be forgotten. I guess I would call him triple hit Bertha. I don't know. No, that would make him a woman, but I mean, I don't know if you can prove that, like, there aren't, female Uruk-Hai. Since, I mean, Uruk-Hai and orcs, I mean, they did, like, come from, like, humanoid races, which have men and women, and they don't have, and those men and women didn't have asexual reproduction. So, like, there's definitely probably female orcs. Like, this warg rider could be a woman. And I also have to be kind of quick since, they have enough horses who have enough mobility that they could come through and take this flag. And I could be at a point of not really being able to defend it well. So speed more than it appears, I think speed is of the essence. And I think I will start moving the Witch King out. Also so he can kind of serve as a buffer for my Warg Riders. Because, you know, he can do very well at taking up space and being in the way. So this is the point where the Witch King can do something other than, you know, passively give, you know, mediocre leadership. And I'm gonna move this flag bearer out since, you know, he would only be giving leadership to one other person. You know, I think I still have some troll meat. So the Witch King's in a pretty good place right now. And this is the risky part. This is where the Warg Riders come in. And, you know, if I lose my Warg Riders, I'm done. You know, the other guys just don't have the mobility to do what they have to do. So, you know, this is tense. This is clutch. This is the moment legends are born out of. Boom. That was a good hit. And I don't have anyone else to use this extra leadership point for, so I'll just move the banner bearer forward. At this point, he's not as important. See, those Rohan riders are give me a real pickle. Because they are very much in the way. They're super tanky. So I'll probably try to get past them. But if I get lucky, I could at least make one of these guys run away in fear with the Witch King, but that's not certain. Nope. Okay, not the case. But I will take out this chump who's in the way and try to get these Warg Riders through. This is definitely a moment where luck is super important, because if, you know, they get very little leadership points, you know, then I can sneak them through. But if they get enough leadership points, and these guys will just be carved apart like Thanksgiving turkeys. So if they get a rally, which would give them like 8 spirit points and let them use 8 guys, if they get a rally, I'm done for. Okay. So good luck so far. I'll finish off that goon. So far, this is going quite well. Better than I expected, even. Ah, shoot, that was not what I wanted to do. No. It turned out okay, but I actually wanted to move forward, attack this guy, hopefully kill him, and then move again. So that one was small misclick. I don't think it'll be the deciding factor, but, you know, you never know. And I'm glad they're going for the Witch King, since the AI can't comprehend that the Witch King is not the most important player on the board right now, but that these Warg Riders are. But I like that, you know, it's helpful that they think the Witch King really matters now. Those fools, they can't comprehend my design. I am smarter than AI from like a 2004 Game Boy Advance game. So that doesn't really say that much, since it's like a 2004 Game Boy Advance game. So being smarter than the AI is like being stronger than an 8-year-old. Which, I don't know, maybe there's some buff 8-year-olds out there, but Which isn't to say that I think the game has, like, dumb design or anything. It's just, you know, just given by the nature of the time and technology and the game engine it's on, it's just naturally limited. Which, I'm glad it's not smarter, since if the AI was smarter, I would not be able to make these videos. So it doesn't really matter too much what happens here as long as those guys get through. Which actually I'm glad I just remembered, because I need these 4 squares to be clear to claim this. So I'm going to try to do something from a distance, though, as you can see. Pretty ineffectual. Ooh. Okay. Focus on the Witch King. Come on. Good. I feel like Palpatine right now. Of course, this Rohan Rider is seriously in the way. He could actually ruin everything because, just so bulky, being a Rohan Rider. So, everything could be ruined by that one guy. I mean, I hope that isn't the case, but... My debate is whether to, there's a good chance the Witch King could get killed right here, so my debate is whether to run away and put this guy in the way to keep him alive, or whether to try to take out this guy. You know what? Let's do it. I do want them to not focus on my Warg Riders anyway. So, come on. Ooh, there we go. There we go. I just really need that Rohan Rider to get out of the way. That guy did a good job of getting out of the way. Come on, survive, survive, come on. No man can kill you. And these guys are probably not all men. Or wait, they're probably all men. I just need this Rohan Rider to get out of the way. Come on. Get scared. Get scared by the scary wolf riders. Come on. Sacrificing the Witch King here, I don't know if that would accomplish all that much. And I would like to, well, I just need to keep them focusing on the Witch King to keep attacks off these guys, who miraculously are at mostly full health. So you know what, the Witch King will give himself, because he is a true patriot. But he's about to die. Unless something unfortunate happens for them. Nope, he's dead. There we go, we get him dramatically melting into battery acid. Onslaught, I would have rather had double move, or an extra move here, but... There we go. Yes! Yes! That is very cathartic, because I actually thought I couldn't successfully record this video, because when I did win it, it was kind of a fluke, because you can see you're just really outnumbered, outmanned. But through good luck, dumb AI, and very good strategy, I have beaten this level, most importantly on video, so I can of course use it for my channel. So that is how you beat this level on Grueling with the Witch King. Some other levels, they're not that hard, so they're not really worth, feeling pride over, but I feel pride over this. I agree with the sentiment that Orc on screen who looks very pleased with himself, because I've attempted this level many times and it was very hard, but man, that is cathartic. Thank you for watching. I hope you have been enlightened. I hope you've achieved enlightenment. Alright, see you later. Thank you for watching.